I've been waiting to make this video for a long time, and it's a great day for Tesla. It's a big day in history. Giga Berlin has started deliveries. The first 30 came off the assembly line this morning. All appear to be black performance Model Ys, but Elon Musk was handing them off to the first customers himself. Yes, there was dancing, although no one really got some great shots of it posted online yet. He did actually sign a lot of center consoles and sun visors, which instantly improves the already, I'm sure, insanely high resale value of these Model Ys, but after so much paperwork and holdups, and there was still a lot of doubt floating around after the Giga Berlin invites went out that customer deliveries were going to start on March 22nd. I was really hoping that date would not be pushed by Elon time again, and thankfully it was not. Some people inside the factory were even able to grab a few more shots and talk to some of the employees working at the facility, and they're saying right now that a new Model Y is built at a Giga Berlin about every 8 minutes, and of course that is not like 24 hours, and of course there's uptime and maintenance fees and that kind of thing, but I'm predicting the scaling up of Giga Berlin will probably go a little bit faster than people expect, because now they've gotten so much of the paperwork and permits and everything approved for. Now it comes down to just scaling production up, and probably the biggest holdup over the next year is going to be swapping from the 2170 cells they're currently using from LG Chem to the 4680 cells once that side of the factory is operational. It's still under construction right now, and from the beginning they've wanted to use these next generation cells and use a structural battery pack at this facility, but it's just going to take a little more time before that section of the factory is mass producing cells fast enough. But in the meantime, there's still a tremendous amount of demand for Model Ys in the European market, and this by far is going to cut the cost of transportation and importing for Tesla, and over time, once they catch up on demand, I do think we'll see some of the advantages of that with lowering prices. Basically, Tesla's gonna price the Model Y however they need to in order to ensure basically every vehicle that comes out of that factory is being bought by someone in a reasonable amount of time. And currently they're saying any new performance Model Y you order is looking at an estimated delivery of a couple months. So if you're in Germany or Europe in general and you want a Model Y built from this facility, making sure you order a performance in black is probably the best way to ensure that happens, although this is a next generation paint shop, so I'm sure they're going to be expanding the color palette in the coming weeks. Internally, we've seen some shots leaked of the first long-range Model Ys built at Giga Berlin, so they're already toying around with the more affordable options to launch later as well. But even if you're not in Europe, I just want to emphasize that this is a great thing for Tesla as a whole, because as Tesla is able to lower operating costs, and as Tesla is able to build more of their vehicles and batteries locally, then that improves profit margins for Tesla, and that means they can either invest that money into securing their future and building out more factories, or they can comfortably afford to lower their profit margins across more jurisdictions if they need to be more competitive. And I know right now demand is off the charts for both Asia, America, and Europe, so we're not going to instantly see a bunch of price cuts just because Giga Berlin came online, but over time this will enable price cuts to happen once they do catch up on demand. Hopefully that's in a not too distant future, but overall it's just really cool to know that Tesla is building vehicles and delivering them now across 3 different continents at separate factories. And of course this is just the beginning. Europe is a very competitive EV market, so it's great for Tesla to finally have some presence there. Current rumors are suggesting that Tesla is going to start working on energy storage projects at Berlin as well, and also probably move towards Model 3 production in Europe after Model Y, which kind of goes against what I was predicting, that they would go straight to some kind of, European style hatchback. Maybe for Tesla's manufacturing efficiency, it would just make more sense to start off with a vehicle that already exists. But if it's a 4680 Model 3 with a structural battery pack, you could see some insanely low prices or some insanely good range numbers if that's their next project. But I would not expect that to happen this year or next year even. It's probably going to be a while as Giga Berlin just focuses on ramping up and getting to their target goal of 500,000 vehicles per year. That's absolutely gonna boost delivery numbers for the quarter as well as 2022 as a whole. But on top of that, Giga Texas is not far behind. We've already seen some close-up shots of a Giga Texas Model Y in the wild being used by an employee from the Tesla energy department, and it had not the best quality control, so I understand why this is not a customer delivery quite yet, but all the Model Ys at Giga Berlin have fantastic quality control, so I'm sure that this one we saw yesterday is probably just an early rough model that they're using to calibrate equipment, but Tesla has also now received a permit from Austin to allow for Giga Fest to take place on April 7th, which means invites and hopefully a way to register to attend that event should be going up pretty soon. And I expect first deliveries from Giga Texas will probably not be long thereafter. So it's very possible we're going to have Giga Berlin opening and having first deliveries this month, and then Giga Texas opening and having first deliveries next month, and probably with some kind of new Model Y variant at least, because through a VIN decoder that someone plugged in from this Giga Texas Model Y that people found at a supercharger, the decoder claims that is a 279-mile range Model Y with a dual motor powertrain. So I personally still am abiding by my theory that Texas is starting out with a 4680 Model Y, and those cells themselves are just not that energy dense right now. Like, the weight has to be a certain amount in order for the structural battery pack to work properly, but I'm sure there will be a long line of people willing to pay whatever they need to pay in order to have the first vehicles out of Giga Texas. So I'll of course keep you guys all posted with Giga Berlin updates in the future, and also following what's going on with Giga Texas. But it sounds like Model Y is going to be flooding the market from 2 new factories mass producing them, and it already was topping the electric vehicle charts with Fremont and Shanghai. So congratulations for Tesla, and congrats to all of our Tesla fans out in Europe. We're happy for you guys, and we hope you get your car soon. Thank you to everyone supporting the channel over on Patreon, helping me afford my car later this year. Seriously helps out a ton, as does just watching these videos. I really appreciate it. Take care. Have a great day.